Hello and welcome to my survival world. I am Golsie and over the last year we've been building this epic kingdom in Minecraft survival with today the actual build of the city. I want to start off by saying thank you so much for 1000 subscribers reached. I'm really happy with this and it's amazing to have you here. I hope that we will continue to grow on this channel. I've been building this entire kingdom for ages, however I have yet to build a single house, save for the city I put on a bridge in an earlier episode. Today that's gonna change, and the population will increase drastically. Before putting the first stone down, I've been planning out the city. The yellow concrete represents where the roads will go in, with the red outlining the houses. There's also a splash of blue in the middle. This will be a centerpiece on a small plaza. It will likely be a fountain or a clock tower. If you have seen the thumbnail, you'll know which one I choose in the end. I've also made a crude drawing of my planning of the city. If you like to see these kinds of planning in videos, do let me know. Although a bit crude the drawing is, it gives a kind of representation of what it will be like. All the yellow outlines will be the actual houses. There we are, and after clearing it up, the terrain is fully prepared. As any big build, you will start with the resources. For this build I will mainly require stone variants and oak/spruce wood. I already got a stone farm, so the stone is fully covered. However, for the wood types, I do already have a pale oak farm, but so far I've been collecting all the other wood variants manually. So for now let's build a tree farm and gather the rest of the resources. It is very deep in the ground, as it was actually way too tall to fit in this building, but that's just in hindsight. In the last episode, a few of you asked me to build actual townhouses for the city. As mentioned, the kingdom currently only hosts a bridge with some houses, but I fully agree with you on growing the city and raising the population. You're not done yet? Thank you for sticking around and watching this video. I appreciate you being here. Let's keep growing this community and bring it to other people as well. Also, let me know what you think of this episode afterwards, and also what you'd like to see in the next one. The first roads for the city are in now. I went for a stone, cobble and the side mixed up, which adds a nice texture, but keeps the same tone. For these ends, they just now end abruptly at the rivers, so my plan is to build a bridge over there. And to finish the pavement, let's add some curbs and grass patches, which will host later flowers and bushes to make it feel more alive. Let's go for the first building on the street. This build is gonna be inspired by the Tudor architecture style, which is very common in like Germany and Austria. Starting with the wooden frame and then adding some iconic wooden details that the style is famous for. Now adding the roof line in, and that is the first bit of the roof. Yeah, that's looking nice. A great start has been made. For now a bit out of place, but it won't be for long. Many more buildings to come in this episode. Speaking of, we're moving on with the second adjacent building. Building a base layer of stone bricks and of course texturing it a bit with stone to make it look more interesting. Also a little extra detail hanging on. I also made some socials now, Facebook, Insta and TikTok. Never thought I would download the app, but maybe shorts can be appreciated there also. It will mainly contain the speed builds of it, so for the full videos, this is definitely the place to be. All the links to the mentioned channels are in the description and in the pinned comment. Make sure to give it a follow if you do like those apps for viewing. I like the design with the signs on the wall. It gives those little wooden bracket feels without having to use any mods like chisels and bits. And there's the adjacent building and next to it. Can barely call it a street, but it's coming together. I think we'll finish this corner off first before moving on to the next parts of the plaza. And that's good progress. This corner of the street is finished and looking lovely. Now when we go inside, set inside seems to be missing. I've only built a facade, so before continuing, I think I will build the backs of the building. They are an exact carbon copies of the front, so I won't bore you with the same thing again. I will also build a bit of the road leading around. See you in a bit. And I am done with this section. Well done, the other side is finished. We're walking through this tunnel, which will later be underneath the building. Hence why I left a gap in the wall. Also the roof is on, not amazingly interesting for now, but when a big cityscape starts surrounding it, I think it will work really well. So the inside is not quite done yet. Oh, nope. And there is the second part in, also the back. Similar style, but varied a lot. I decided after a bit of trial and error to have a feature building here, as it is sitting nicely on a corner of an intersecting path. Oh, missed a little spot there. I will fix that later. And in true myself fashion, nothing inside. Does it symbolize the void inside myself? No, it doesn't. The plaza is now nicely coming together and the buildings are hugging around you. I will now start filling in these sections, although they are actually one row of buildings with the path running underneath. Just like before, let's get into building it, and I will probably have to get more resources as I'm smashing through all of them. After a while, planning, building, after building, it does get a bit repetitive, hence why I'm speeding it along a bit. Unless you'd like to see me building every building singularly, because I could also do that. And that is the final row of buildings in for today. Walking in from the bridge, it looks amazing and gives a very European vibe. I also added some placeholder key walls. They're not final, but there's something like it will look surrounding the rivers. On the other side, it looks very nice now too. Let's just wait for later in the day so the sun hits it better. There we go, looking cozy. Now there's only one final centerpiece left to finish off the plaza. But first, I finally have some late night motivation, so let's invest into that and at least make some presentable insides of the buildings and less deadly for the inhabitants. Someone noticed in the comments in the previous video that my building style is usually very clean and not completely textured all the time. I'd like to focus on the design and make it look good with that restraint. However, this city has seen the test of time a bit and that should be resembled in the look, so I will be adding some weathered features in this time, which fits the old town vibe. And there's the centerpiece I was hinting at before. It turned out to be a clock tower after all, so all the residents can tell the time. If it starts chiming though, I don't think anyone would be left asleep and possibly not hear very well after. The very last finishing touches are some vegetation in these green patches and some street lanterns on the side. And after that, the first part of the city is complete. There it is, the first part of this city completed. Finally there are some houses in and it's looking very nice and cozy. And with these kind of builds, it will only start to look better when you keep adding buildings next to it. Do let me know if you want to see more of these city parts getting built in videos. My favorite part is probably the look you get over this bridge, especially at sunrise, which will be only enhanced with again far more buildings around. I do love the town square feel of it all, as it feels very well surrounded and protected. There's also a way up the tower in the center to get up to the bell in case of emergencies. The interiors aren't all quite done, but I can show an impression of how most of them will be. They have a very simple interior, as you won't really see a lot of it anyways. Coming in, on the right you will see a table and at the back a kitchen, with stairs in the corner. Upstairs there are 6 beds or 2 singles and 2 king sizes. This house could host up to 4 to 6 villagers and is a good representation of the rest of the build. And that is my new medieval village build. If you ended up liking this video, please let me know by liking, commenting and subscribing if you're not already. That said, I hope you enjoyed these cinematics and see you next time for more survival builds. Have a nice day.